Fig plant propagation. The success rate to propagate one fig tree cutting out of 3 cuttings is 30% successful for beginners and 90% plus successful for experienced growers.
Every 3 days, you change the water, fresh water. This is how you make roses with water. You can do this with Rancia cuttings or Datra cuttings. With figs, it's not that complicated either. Figs have a branch here.
Depending on the season, it takes about 2 to 4 weeks for the cuttings to eventually root. You may choose branches that are young and preferably 1 to 3 years old and have up to 7 to 12 nodes on each cutting.
Once you have removed a lot of the leaves off, now it's time to decide which branches can become cuttings. If not, remember, tools. So now I have 3 cuttings. So what you want to do is that you want to take your rooting hormone.
Dip the cutting in the rooting hormone and make sure 2 to 3 nodes up are covered. You can purchase this specific rooting hormone from any Wal-Mart, Lowe's, and or Home Depot.
Dab it in some rooting hormone and you find the pot. Once you've done that,
your medium should consist of 50% organic matter and 50% of a substrate that creates drainage for a more porous medium. An example of such a mix includes a ratio of 50% peat moss or compost and 50% perlite or sand. Keep in mind, plants love oxygen more than water.
Snort it.
Water. Temperatures. Ensure your temperatures will maintain preferably between 50°F and 85°F for a higher rooting success rate ultimately. Yes, your cuttings will appreciate the heat, but keep in mind, not too hot nor too cold as well. Humidity. Afterwards, cover your cuttings up with a Ziploc bag in order to keep the cuttings damp and not too wet nor too dry, just right. Oxygen. Your cuttings may not do well if the Ziploc bag you covered them up with is consistently sealed. The acclimation process is delicate, but easy as long as you keep them completely sealed at 100% humidity for the first 6 to 12 hours. Then you decrease the humidity by opening up the bag for a few minutes at a time every day, and increase that time daily at an interval of 20 to 30 minutes every day until you notice roots coming out the bottom of your pot. Finally, place the cuttings in a bright location, but not in direct sunlight. I keep my pots in the corner of my patio, which is shaded from most of the hot afternoon sun. You may also use any LED, grow lights, or fluorescent lights from Wal-Mart, Lowe's, and or Home Depot, and ensure the tip of each cutting is 4 to 7 inches directly below the artificial light. Finally, check daily to see if the soil is dry, and water as soon as you notice the medium becoming very dry.